In this video, we want to read, want to just start off with mycology, study of fungi, correct? We will be reading only the important for humans, right? Human importance, fungi. Now, first of all, what are fungi? You know the 5 kingdom classification, correct? In that, what are the 5 kingdoms say? Prokaryotes, that's the bacteria. Monera, that's the first kingdom. Second kingdom is Protista, all the unicellular organisms. You will study about them in parasitology. Then comes the third kingdom, that is fungi, correct? So fungi are eukaryotic. They possess all eukaryotic cell organelles. Okay, even mitochondria they have, right? They have rigid cell wall. They have a cell wall which composes what? Which has what? Chitin. Hold on. So what are fungi? They are the eukaryotic organisms. They have rigid cell wall which has chitin. They also have in their cell wall beta glucans, polysaccharides, etc. Basically, you should know that their cell membrane contains ergosterol. Okay, it doesn't have cholesterol. It has what? Ergosterol. What does the cell membrane of fungi have, guys? Cell membrane of fungi has ergosterol, not cholesterol like us. We have cholesterol, correct? They have ergosterol. Then, fungi may be unicellular or multicellular. But Protista kingdom was unicellular, correct? Cell membrane has what? Ergosterol. So it is eukaryotic cell wall they have, which has chitin and other things. Okay. This much you understood, right? So, fungi can be unicellular or multicellular. They can be anything they want. They don't have chlorophyll, okay? So, what and all you saw now? No chlorophyll. So, they are not like plants. They cannot just make their own food. Unicellular or multicellular. They can be anything they want. Okay? They have asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. They're like enjoying species in the middle, no? Between bacteria and plants and humans. They're like, we do whatever we want. Nobody asks us anything. So we divide asexually and sexually. And or sexually, you can say. Okay? So you understood, right? And sexually. Okay? They have no chlorophyll. That's the only thing, they cannot make their own food. Papa. Okay, now let us go to classification of fungi, guys. So we finished what? We finished what are fungi. Now we are going to classification of fungi. Classification of fungi, there is a morphological classification and taxonomical classification. We will go into morphological classification for now, okay? Just remember words like yeast, mold, dimorphic, both. So yeast, mold, dimorphic, and there's one in middle, there's one yeast-like. But candida comes here. So first look at yeast, okay? Yeast, what happens? They grow as round to oval cells that reproduce by an asexual process called budding. They are round to oval. They reproduce by producing buds. These are asexual, okay? Look at this. Budding yeast cell. These budding, okay? They form protuberances which enlarge and eventually separate from the parent cell. Example for yeast are Cryptococcus neoformans, that is pathogenic, and Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is non-pathogenic. Where have you heard the Saccharomyces cerevisiae? Cerevisiae, where have you heard this? Yes, it is the yeast, normal yeast which they used to make bread, to make alcohol, all that, okay? So that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It's called brewer's yeast. Okay. So it is called brewer's yeast. What is this? Where's the cursor, please? Brewer's yeast. To make bread, wine, etc. Isn't it? Did we see the word wine also? Yes, it's written here, wine. Okay. Then let's move on to yeast-like candida. Is that fine with you? Yeast-like candida will go? Candida. What am I saying? Candida. We'll go to yeast-like. Candida. Now, Candida, yeast-like, the bud remains attached to the mother cells, elongate, okay, and undergo repeated budding to form chains of elongated cells known as pseudohyphae. So they are yeast-like. They can be differentiated from true hyphae as they have constriction at the septa and bear septa even at branching points. So look at this, pseudohyphae. The bud remains attached to the original cell or the parent cell, and it goes on budding and it forms a pseudohyphae. Pseudohyphae. This is not true hyphae, okay? Hyphae, actually the true hyphae will be in molds. Look at this. It doesn't have this kind of constriction, but the pseudohyphae will have this kind of constriction. You can see the constriction, right? Everywhere. Very good. So now let us move on to molds. Guys, how about going on to molds? Molds, fine? Everybody okay? Good. Now molds, here we are. What are we reading now? Molds. We finish yeast and yeast-like. Now we'll go to molds, okay? Molds, they are long branching filaments, okay? Called hyphae. They grow as long branching filaments called hyphae. Like this one. They grow as long branching filaments called as hyphae. Okay? Hyphae, these are, can be either septate or non-septate. They grow continuously to form a branching tangled mass called mycelium. This is mycelium. Tangled. If it gets entangled like the Tangled movie. No, this is mycelium. Okay. Then, in the culture medium, the mycelia may be categorized as aerial mycelium, vegetative mycelium. Mycelia will be there. There will be aerial mycelium or vegetative mycelium. Not going into details, guys. If you want, should we go into details? What do you say? Hyphae will be there. Hyphae and mycelium. In mycelium, there are two types, aerial mycelium, vegetative mycelium. What is this aerial mycelium? Okay, let us look at the sentence. Aerial mycelium, it's the part of the mycelium which projects above the surface. Vegetative mycelium is the part of the mycelium that grows on the surface of the culture medium. Aerial will be in the air. So simple, right? The molds, they reproduce by forming different types of sexual and asexual spores. Yeah, these are people like, come on man, let's go asexual, let's go sexual. Examples, now you should be telling dermatophytes, aspergillus, penicillium, rhizopus, mucor. Okay? These are all molds. What is penicillin, guys? It's a mold. Penicillin is a mold. Why are some things in yellow? Because they are important for the exam. That's why. Okay. Dermatophytes, you should know. Aspergillus, you should know. These all are molds, and they cause some important pathologies, and you should know them. Okay. Let's move on to dimorphic fungi. These exist as molds in the environment at ambient temperature, and as yeasts in the tissues. Inside the humans, they'll become yeast. Inside body temperature, because it's warm there, they become yeast. Oh, nice. The medically important fungi which are thermally dimorphic. Okay, these are dimorphic means thermally. They are thermally dimorphic. They are yeast inside us. Okay. Example, Histoplasma capsulatum. You should know Histoplasma capsulatum for exam, and you should know Sporothrix Sikhenski for the exam. Let us make our reader read this. That time we'll get the right spellings.
Yeast. Cryptococcus neoformans, pathogenic. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, not pathogenic. Bread, wine. Yeast-like. Candida. Mold. Hyphae. Mycelium. Dermatophytes. Aspergillus. Penicillium. Rhizopus and mucor. Dimorphic fungi. Thermally. Yeast inside us. Histoplasma capsulatum. Blastomyces dermatitidis. Coccidioides immitis. Paracoccidioides brasiliensis. Penicillium marnevae. Sporothrix schenki.
Thank you so much. So just notice that there is a penicillium here and there's a penicillium here also. So penicillium can be mold or dimorphic based on the exact species, correct? So let's revise. What did you learn so far in this video? Learned the classification of yeast, correct? Yeah. Yeast, yeast-like Candida, molds, dermatophytes example, then dimorphic fungi. Dimorphic fungi example, Histoplasma capsulatum. Okay. So, in the next video, let us look at classification of fungal diseases. This is how the chapters are actually organized, based on the fungal diseases. Okay. So, come back. Let us look at everything in the next video. Bye-bye. Say bye.